It's so nice to see so many people here, and especially very nice to see so many of my neighbors here. I really appreciate it. As Diane has mentioned, we have worked very hard and very long on this process. The only way that my husband and I knew of the changes to Chapter 19-43 was we received a postcard in the mail from the Flood Coalition of Houston in May. And that was what began our interest and to find out exactly how it pertained to us, especially since we were in the process of selling our home. We were in the process of looking to purchase another home, quite ironically, around West 21st and West 22nd Street, where a lot of these people live. And that was just total coincidence. In addition, we were looking to move to North Carolina part-time, where my son-in-law and my daughter and granddaughter live. So this change to this ordinance stopped all of that. And since that time, we've been active. Congressman Gene Green was kind enough to send a letter off to the mayor on August 1st on our behalf. To date, the mayor has not responded to the congressman. Other neighbors of mine who are in the floodway wrote to the mayor's office as well. And the letters that they received back were nothing but, well, we're very sorry for the changes, but we hope that you'll continue your quality of life. Now, that to me is absolutely absurd. It's insulting. Many of you, I'm sure, your home is your big investment. Your home is what you're leaving to your children. It's their investment. It's your investment. And right now, we are left with nothing. I would urge you to sign the petition that we have over here on the right. I would urge you to meet with people regarding your particular piece of property. And again, I understand that this is new to many of you. And like us, it was so new and shocking. Although sometimes a lot of things the city does not surprise me. My husband is a 25-year retiree of the city of Houston. I am a 20-year retiree of the Houston Independent School District. We have both gone back to work part-time in the school district. But we are not able to sell our property. We have approximately 1.5 acres of property that we can now do nothing with. Because of the restrictions on the improvement, the 50%, based on your evaluation, we could not even improve our front porch or a new kitchen without going over that 50% evaluation. The other thing I want to refer you to, please make sure before you leave tonight that you have our information that is over there on the side table. There is a newspaper article done by the Northwest Banner. And I'd like to thank Francis Alday, who I know is here. The Northwest Banner has been fantastic in reporting the stories, and Francis should be commended. We also have our website and our card, so you might want to leave with that. We have this small brochure that tells you presently what you can and cannot do. We have a donation jar, of course, and we have bumper stickers. And we would appreciate it if you would put those on your cars, because as you travel throughout the city, other people are going to see it and perhaps they'll ask for it. The amount of homes that are inundated with this ordinance is dramatic. Without the ordinance being repealed and start from scratch, the guidelines are not going to help anybody, because they can change the guidelines tomorrow. I've told you that my property we cannot do anything with. We can't sell it. We could sell it, but we don't want to turn around and get sued because, you know, I don't want to sell it to somebody and then have them find out they're in the floodway. Our particular property is not completely in the floodway. It is half in the floodway and half out. So how I'm going to flood half and half, I'm not quite sure. The City of Houston also has a second map that they use called a sheet flow map. And they have gone to the floodway, and correct me if I'm wrong, Diane, they have gone to the floodway TSART map. They have extended 100 feet on either side of that floodway designation, which now puts my other neighbors in jeopardy. So I urge you to be proactive, to call the city, to call Mr. Sokolowski, to write a letter to the mayor, and to try and do whatever you can to help us and join us so that you continue to get information on what is going on, because this is not going to stop. We're not going away. Mr. Icken told me last week at Shady Acres meeting, because they keep backtracking, but nothing's voted on. And he told me that I could put a high-rise on my acre and a half. Don't think so. I sort of would like to go down to the city and I'd like to find a developer that would go downtown and apply for a permit to put a high-rise on my property so that I could be denied after he told us at the Civic Club meeting that that's what I could do. The bottom line is that the City of Houston has left us no other choice but to file a lawsuit. And we have filed a lawsuit, and hopefully it will be heard shortly. And I encourage anyone else to do the same and to find out the proper information of what they need to know, because what they tell you on guidelines has nothing to do with the ordinance. And it has nothing to do with whether you flooded or not. In my particular area, there's 9 acres of property. I see Mr. Landry here who has 2 of those acres. And to me, it becomes the busiest dead-end street in all of Houston, and they are not fooling anybody. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.